The confirmed number of new coronavirus cases reported in Los Angeles County in the last 24 hours is 1,174, with 14 additional deaths. Here in Torrance, 11 additional cases were reported with no new deaths. Welcome to COVID-19 Today. I'm Leslie Robbins. It's Monday, September 27th. LA County avoided a Labor Day surge this year as case rates, hospitalizations, and deaths continue to see a downward trend. On September 15th, the 7-day daily case average of COVID-19 was 1,476, the lowest it has been since mid-July. Meanwhile, hospitalizations dropped 17% over last week's numbers, and deaths also saw a slight decrease. Public health officials say higher vaccination rates and safety precautions at Labor Day celebrations likely contributed to the declining numbers. While this is all great news, LA County also passed another grim milestone over the weekend. More than 26,000 people have died from COVID-19. The urge for vaccination continues. As of September 19th, 92% of LA County residents ages 65 and over have been at least partially vaccinated, but only 68% of residents 12 years and older are currently fully vaccinated. LA County data also shows that there has been hundreds of coronavirus outbreaks at police and fire agencies since the beginning of the pandemic. The outbreaks account for more than 2,500 cases at public safety agencies across the county, but more than half were in just two, the LA Police Department and LA Fire Department. Of the 211 identified outbreaks, which are defined as 3 or more coronavirus cases, between March of 2020 and last month, 112 were linked to the LAPD and LAFD. LAPD had 37 outbreaks totaling 1,061 cases, while the fire department had 75 outbreaks totaling 553 cases. Another 18 outbreaks were identified at the LA County Sheriff's Department, accounting for 334 cases. And 44 outbreaks were tied to the LA County Fire Department, leading to 211 cases. The numbers reveal a consistent and ongoing spread of infection within police and fire departments throughout the pandemic. Both LAPD and LAFD employees filed lawsuits in response to a recently announced LA ordinance mandating that all employees be vaccinated by next month. Thousands more filed notice that they intend to claim an exemption. LA City officials have said that 56% of LAPD employees and 58.5% of LAFD employees have been fully vaccinated. Pfizer is now just days away from asking for authorization of its COVID-19 vaccine for younger kids. The company's chairman and CEO, Albert Bourla, says they plan to submit data on children ages 5 to 11 to the FDA for consideration in days, not weeks. And the director of the U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, Dr. Rochelle Walensky, says they're all enthusiastically awaiting the data and will review with urgency once the FDA receives and reviews that data first. Last week, a new study from Pfizer and BioNTech showed that the COVID-19 vaccine is safe and effective for the younger children and was 1/3 the dose used in adolescents and adults. Although children are less likely to become severely ill from COVID-19 than adults, they can catch and pass on the virus and sometimes suffer serious disease and long-term consequences. Almost 26% of all COVID-19 cases nationwide are reported in children, and an average of 266 children were hospitalized with the coronavirus every day last week. President Joe Biden got his COVID-19 booster shot today. The 78-year-old qualified for the additional Pfizer dose under the new guidance issued last Friday. This comes as U.S. health authorities say they are confident that there will be enough COVID-19 vaccines for both qualified Americans seeking booster shots and the younger children who are expected to be cleared for vaccination soon. The anticipated spike in demand follows last week's federal recommendation on booster shots. The CDC recommended the boosters for those ages 65 and over, residents at long-term care facilities who got the Pfizer vaccine at least 6 months ago, and people ages 50 to 64 with underlying medical conditions. The National Public Health Agency also endorsed its vaccine advisor's recommendation that 18 to 49-year-olds with underlying medical conditions get a booster shot based on their individual benefits and risks. And while the advisors voted 9-6 against recommended boosters for people ages 18 to 64 who were at greater risk because of their occupational or institutional settings, CDC Director Dr. Rochelle Walensky sided with the FDA's previous action of authorizing emergency use for this demographic. More than 70 million Americans remain unvaccinated despite various enticement efforts, including lottery prizes, free food and gifts, and pleas from exhausted healthcare workers. Pfizer's CEO predicts that a return to normal life is not far away. Albert Bourla expects annual COVID vaccination shots will be necessary, but he also believes there will be a return to normal life within a year. This doesn't mean that he thinks the coronavirus will completely go away. He says variants may continue to come and go and agreed with Moderna CEO Stefan Bansel's estimate that still, life should go back to how it was for the most part in about a year. Bourla's prediction comes just days after CDC Director Dr. Rochelle Walensky authorized the distribution of Pfizer's COVID-19 booster shots for millions of more Americans. The World Health Organization continues to oppose the widespread rollout of booster shots, saying wealthier nations should give extra doses to countries with minimal vaccination rates. But Bourla defended the CDC's decision on Sunday, saying it is not right to decide if you're going to approve or deny boosters on any other criteria than if the boosters are needed. Bourla also said the U.S. is buying 1 billion vaccine doses from Pfizer at cost, then donating them for free to the poorest countries in the world. Gas prices are at their highest of the year. An average gallon of self-serve regular gas in LA County increased 0.2 cents to $4.41. The previous high was $4.40 set on Sunday. Data from AAA and the Oil Price Information Service showed the average price has gone up for 5 days straight, rising 1.3 cents, including 0.1 cent on Saturday. The average price is 0.8 cents more than 1 week ago and $1.20 more than 1 year ago. It has risen by $1.17 since the beginning of the year. AAA says the recent earthquake in Carson caused refinery issues that pushed LA wholesale gasoline prices up. Spokesperson Jeffrey Spring says the Marathon refinery may be continuing to experience issues related to the 4.3 magnitude earthquake. He adds that the wholesale price surge has not yet affected pump prices and may not have much effect because of plentiful imported gasoline. Now, while prices are high, they are still about 30 cents cheaper than the county's all-time record of $4.70, which was set back in 2012. The country's largest prosecuting office is making a bold move towards justice reform. Los Angeles County District Attorney George Gascon announced today his office will move to dismiss roughly 66,000 marijuana convictions that took place before voters passed Proposition 64, the state law that legalized recreational marijuana. That, along with an additional 60,000 cases that date back more than 30 years, brings the total to nearly 125,000 cannabis cases expected to be dismissed in all. Gascon said in a statement, quote, "Dismissing these convictions means the possibility of a better future to thousands of disenfranchised people who are receiving this long-needed relief. It clears the path for them to find jobs, housing, and other services that previously were denied to them because of unjust cannabis laws." Gascon was joined by several community members who applauded his efforts, saying this is a pivotal step in reforming our criminal justice system. The announcement comes as part of the Week of Action and Awareness, formerly known as National Expungement Week, which takes place from September 26th through October 3rd. Gascon was the co-author of Proposition 64, which passed with 57% of Californian support. More than 27,000 pounds of frozen pizza is being recalled due to misbranding and undeclared allergens. DiGiorno Crispy Pan Crust Pepperoni Pizza contains textured soy protein, a known allergen, which is not declared on the product label. The frozen pepperoni pizza carton may actually contain frozen 3-meat pizza, which contains the soy protein. The products were produced on June 30th, 2021. If you have frozen pizza in your freezer, check to see the best buy date is March 2022. The recalled products have also the establishment number 1682A inside the USDA mark of inspection. These items were shipped to retail locations and distribution centers nationwide. Now, there have been no confirmed reports of adverse reactions due to consumption of these products, but anyone concerned about an injury or illness should contact a healthcare provider. Consumers with these products are urged to throw them away or return them to the place of purchase. A cashew recall is also taking place right now due to the potential presence of glass pieces. Suntree Snack Foods, LLC, issued a voluntary recall of several cashew products. The Phoenix-based company says the packages have brand names Happy Belly, Prince and Spring, Harris Teeter, and HEB on them. No injuries have been reported to date, and an investigation is ongoing. Suntree Snack Foods is initiating the voluntary recall out of an abundance of caution and says the recalled packages were distributed to retail stores in multiple states throughout the country. Customers who recognize these packages are urged to return them to the place of purchase for a full refund. One of the largest jackpots in Powerball lottery is up for grabs tonight. The grand prize now tops $545 million after no one matched all 6 numbers in Saturday's drawing. The new amount makes the prize the 10th largest in the game's history. Now, if there is a lucky winner tonight, they would have the option of taking the payment in a single lump sum of about $392 million. Last month, Powerball expanded the number of drawings to now 3 times a week and are played on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays. Powerball tickets are $2 per play and is played in 45 states, including California. 5 numbers are drawn along with a Powerball number. Drawings can be seen live streamed online at Powerball.com beginning at 7:59 p.m. tonight. Well, before we go at the end of each program, we'd like to share feel-good stories from our community. Pictures, images, and videos that remind us of how resilient our community is and how Torrance truly cares. The Western Museum of Flight at the Torrance Municipal Airport is recruiting volunteer docents. South Bay residents who are available to volunteer at the museum on a regular basis are asked to apply. The Western Museum of Flight is dedicated to preserving and displaying aircraft history in Southern California. Children can learn about airplanes that made aviation history through educational programs, and the museum also offers an inside look at completed and in-progress aircraft restoration projects. Its collection includes numerous warbirds, aircraft and target drones, World War II instruments, and much more. For more information and to apply, you can email info@wmof.com. Now, if you have a great story, upcoming event, a photo or video you'd like to share, email us at covid19today@torranceca.gov. We'd love to hear from you. Well, that is our update for COVID-19 today. We will see you back here tomorrow as Colin Kushner brings you the latest. Please be safe, stay healthy, and thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time.